Here's a quick tour of the behind scenes of my 375 gallon saltwater fish tank. Fully and all the components are in the garage. First we talk about the water system. As you can see, there's two 55-gallon vats. The one on the left is salt water. The one on the right is RO water, which is made from by my RO unit. As you can see, there's three chambers. The first two are sediment filters, and the chamber on the far right is carbon only. I do have a pressure gauge on it to get about 62 pounds of pressure. All of my filters and sediment filters, including membrane, are from Spectracure. As you'll see, there actually is in the very front, there is a blue line that goes to my sump, which handles evaporation automatically. In the front, there's a T, so I take the water from the right vat, open it horizontal, fill the tank on the left, manually dose it with salt. I have used instant ocean salt, and do a premix, and then I have salt water ready to be used. As you'll see above there actually is a UV sterilizer. It is a 80 watts bulbs, two 40-watt bulbs, 80 watts, that actually is connected at the very, very top. Has a line going up there. My ballasts are hanging up high too for my lights. And let's move over to the actual sump area. Full shot of the sump. As you can see, I have a DIY fuse in the front left of the compartment with the lights. I have a skimmer. It's an H&S skimmer, model 250, rated for 700 gallons. I have two closed loops that are operated on the left and the right. There's a back blacking there, which the sump and all the pumps are mounted with reinforced with screws into the wall, into the joist for earthquake protection. And then on the far right-hand side is where all the operation is. I actually have pumps. All of my pumps are walkie pumps. Main return is, I believe it is a 100. And then I have a closed loops are 100 as well. And the feature that I like the most about this is automatic water change, which is going to be the far pump in the back, which actually is a Milwaukee 40 with the red nozzle there. So basically, to do a water change, I would turn off the main return, also unplug the skimmer so it doesn't overflow into the sump. Make sure that the water, once that happens, you'll notice I have two markers with tape, blue tape here, the top one and the bottom one. Bottom one is the lowest level of the sump. Once the main return is turned off, it will rise to the very top tape level. You know that's where it is. All I do at that point is open up the red nozzle there, and it basically empties the sump into the sewers system of my house, which, as you can see, is a line that goes all the way in the back to there. Notice by the PVC pipe. Also, you notice a yellow wire there. That is to the RO unit. So any excess RO is also hooked into the sewer system as well. So all the wastewater goes straight out. I don't have to worry with that. Once the water is actually taken out of the sump, to fill it back up, I open up the plug right there, which is to the saltwater vat, goes through that line, exits out right there, fills up back to the very, very top, turn on the remaining control return, it empties back up to the overflow to the tank. All this takes about 10 minutes. And from the very top to the bottom blue tape, it's about a 40-45 gallon water change, which happens in about 10 minutes. Sounds quick and easy, which it is, but before all that happens, I still have to do your routine maintenance of cleaning out the skimmer, cleaning out the filters, cleaning out any of, biomedia. Also have to make sure that the front of the glass of the tank is clean. So to completely do all this to maintain water change normally takes about 45 minutes, and it's every 2 weeks. For a 375 gallon system, I don't mind doing that. As you can see with the sump, the skimmer is in the very middle. I do have the 3-chamber style filter system, so each chamber can come out and put biomedia. If you have issues with phosphate, whatever, you can fill in a phosphate media there. Flow is coming into there. Each overflow is controlled by these red knobs, either going left or right, up or down. The 2 titanium heaters, which are on each side on timers, so they never come on at once. I think they're 250 watts a piece. Also to note, I actually have recent additions equipment-wise. There's a pinpoint pH. My pH is normally about 8.25. Nighttime, it may go down to maybe 8.15, maybe a 0.10 at nighttime. Again, since it's in the garage, the carbon dioxide O2 exchange is not an issue. Along with the pinpoint monitor, I actually have a wireless thermometer pinpoint monitor, which, as you can see, the temperature is about 76, 77 degrees at all times. During the heat wave that we had last year, which was about 100 degrees here where I live in Bothell, the tank temperature didn't get any higher than 84 degrees. So I don't need a chiller because it's in the coolest spot of the house, which is in the garage. And to also combat that, I actually have a attic fan which is installed. Right there, attic fan's installed, which the blue thing is the temperature sensor. So basically, once the temperature of the attic hits about 72, I believe it is, that will automatically kick on and suck cold air out of my crawl space into the garage, which basically there's your chiller right there. See over there is actually the 37-gallon Eclipse, which at the moment is just housing rock, live rock. I am using it for a hospital/quarantine tank. Knock on wood, I've not had to use it just yet, but it is there for emergency purposes. You notice all of the actual plumbing work is really nice and tidy. There's a valve for each turn-off for the main returns, closed loops, water levels, etc. Again, I have a 37-gallon acrylic tank. The tank, the actual sump, which I believe is a 100-gallon sump, all the maintenance, all of the installation, including the pumps, etc., was done by Jason Gregory of Clear Fabrications. Absolutely top-notch work for his sump and his tank. Cannot say anything more than that. It's just absolutely excellent. So I suggest if you want to get an acrylic tank, give Jason a call. Here's the skimmer in action. I like to keep my skim a little wet on the wet side, but again, the skimmer is an H&S 250 model. It has 2 900, I believe, Eheims. Wrong model number. They actually produce about 900 liters of power an hour, so it gets some skimmage.